Hello friends, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming and welcome to another PoE video. So today I'm going to talk about something a little different. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter video. I want your guys' opinion. So the upcoming League event, the final month of the Synthesis League, is going to have a Flashback League, and I'm definitely going to be playing in this Flashback League. And I'm trying to decide which build to start with. So I'm going to give 5 builds that I'm thinking of starting with and a short description of each, and then I'm going to set up a poll, and I'll link the poll in the description, and I'll also leave it down in the comment section below. And I want you guys to let me know what you think I should play for this upcoming league. There'll probably be a decent amount of footage from it, probably a guide, so yeah, let me know what you want to see. Number 1, the most powerful build in the game. 30% of softcore players are playing it. It is the Winter Orb Elementalist, a very reliable, fast clearing Elementalist build that does a lot of freezing and chilling. So the idea is you charge up a channeling skill called Winter Orb. It hovers this little orb over your head and then it shoots a bunch of ice orbs out. And there's a lot of AoE overlap. It's pretty quick. It's a little slow to get started, but once you get the ball rolling, it really does start rolling. And it is considered very widely the most powerful skill in Path of Exile. Because it's so meta, I've been avoiding making a guide, but if I do play that, I'll go ahead and make a Winter Orb guide. Number 2, we're going to do one that I'm very interested in trying, and I'll probably build it regardless at some point, even if it doesn't win this poll, and that is a Righteous Fire Trickster. Trickster gives Righteous Fire a lot more damage and a lot more survivability and versatility. It lacks the endurance charges you can get from a Juggernaut, but otherwise it's extremely interesting in its playstyle. It kind of makes for some interesting pathing on the tree, and Righteous Fire is a skill that is a degen over time that degens both you and the enemy, and it degens you for 90% of your life as fire damage per second. You offset this by getting a lot of regen, overcapping your fire resist, getting something like 84, 85 fire resist type thing, and that is pretty much how you deal with it. Trickster also has an advantage that one of his nodes, the one that gives more damage over time, which Righteous Fire scales from damage over time, will also give reduced damage over time taken, which will help with that degen. So that's a build I'm really interested in trying. Number 3 is going to be a Scourge Arrow, probably a Deadeye. I'm thinking Deadeye, and Scourge Arrow is an interesting skill. Basically, it's another channeling skill, so as you can see, tons of channeling skills on here. You charge it up, you let it go, there are some poison pods on the ground, and they shoot little spikes out. Now, generally it's physical and poison scaling, but the real way to do it, since there are so many little spikes that shoot out, is to scale a bunch of flat elemental damage, and Hyri's Ire is often used in this build. You can also use a lot of Abyssal Jewels in this build, so you're just running around getting all the jewel slots, getting life, elemental damage, lots of flat elemental damage to bows. It's a bow build. It's got some good range. It's got very, very good damage. Can have some alright survivability depending on how you build it. So another build that's pretty fun. I've started leveling one of them, and it's been pretty fun. So number 4, we're going to go for a Herald of Agony. Probably going to be an Ascendant when I do it, but there's a lot of different ways you can do it. And Herald of Agony, yeah, you can use that in any poison build to supplement that, but we're actually going to be focusing on Herald of Agony as the main damage source. And there's a lot of ways that you build this up, but basically you make your 5 or 6 link the Herald of Agony itself. It does the majority of the damage. Later on, you try to craft a bow with +2 gem levels, get a high level in power, along with the plus to support gem levels, +2 to support gem levels from the crafting bench. And you get this really high level, like level 28, 29 type thing, Herald of Agni. Does a boatload of damage. You can get a lot of attack speed for minions on the tree. You can get them on Abyssal Jewels. There's a lot of interesting ways to scale this up too. And in order to proc the poison, you usually use like Rain of Arrow, that'll also have life gain on hit to give you survivability. Or like Ball Lightning, which can easily more passively generate it. Or otherwise, Cyclone. I've seen Cyclone used, similar to Rain of Arrows. You'd probably just use poison and life gain on hit type thing. So yeah, it's a really fun, interesting build, and it's different from other summoners, so I'm thinking about using that. Lastly, we're going to go with the current king of melee builds, Molten Strike. Molten Strike is going to be the end-all be-all for melee builds. You can use Grenwood Shank or Grellwood Shank, which is a very powerful weapon here in the end game to give additional projectiles, along with the Wildfire Threshold Jewel, which gives you even more additional projectiles. You can get a helmet enchantment that gives you more additional projectiles, and then you use Ancestral Call, so you can hit up to 3 things. You have all these balls flying around. I think you can have up to like 27 or 30 per attack, which is really strong, and that's not even with the Dying Sun. If you can get a Dying Sun, you can get 2 more projectiles on each of them, so you're looking at, yeah, like in between 33 and 36 balls. They all do a good amount of damage, a fair amount of damage, and they can all proc life gain on hit. So I'll probably do this as a Juggernaut, I would imagine. I could also do it as like a Slayer or something, but Juggernaut's just a very reliable character to get into the end game, be really tanky, not have to worry about dying a lot. Get all those endurance charges, you get the body armor is doubled. So it's a really nice character to level on, and since Molten Strike does so much damage by itself, yeah, we're gonna really rely on that instead. So let me know in the description below if you're going to be playing and what you plan on playing, and yeah, I'll leave the poll down there. You can let me know what you want to play, or want me to play rather. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye!